Hello friends and welcome to the brand new world. Apparently, Marvel Comics has recently announced on The View that they're gonna turn Thor into a lady. Alright, first of all, let's cover the basics. Marvel Comics Thor is a character based on the Norse god of thunder. He's a little different, he's got a bit of the Marvel touch. His power comes from his hammer Mjolnir, and it gives him the ability to levitate, and it gives him super strength, the power to control thunder, lightning, and he's played in his movie by Chris Hemsworth. Before we get into it, let me tell you why this particular announcement is special. But to do that, I'm gonna have to explain to you something that is known as the distaff counterpart. A distaff counterpart is a name given to the female counterpart of an established male character. These characters usually appear to tell spin-off stories or just to give a bit of a variation on the main male character. For example, we have Supergirl for Superman, Batgirl for Batman, we have Mary Marvel for DC's Captain Marvel, we have Ms. Marvel for Marvel's Captain Marvel, we have She-Hulk for the Hulk, we have Aquagirl for Aquaman, and we even have somebody called Thor Girl, which is the worst because it's basically his name with the word girl. You might as well call somebody Clark Kent Girl. Well, this particular story is not about Thor Girl, it's about Thor, the actual person. The thing about this particular Thor that makes her special is that she's not a distaff counterpart. She is Thor. For all intents and purposes, Thor is now a woman, and that makes it special. And it kind of makes you wonder, why? Why would you do that? What are you thinking? What the hell, Marvel? And you know what? Here's what I think. Giving it some thought and looking at all the Marvel characters out there, I think that Thor is the perfect character to turn into a woman. Now I know what you're gonna say. Thor looks like He-Man. He's basically Conan the Barbarian mixed with He-Man, the manliest man ever. So why is he the perfect candidate to turn into a woman? And for that, I'm gonna talk about Mjolnir. See, the source of Thor's powers is not that he's a man or that he was born with it. It's that he has Mjolnir. Mjolnir gives him the ability to use his abilities. The inscription on Mjolnir basically reads something like, "He who ever proves himself worthy shall wield the power of Thor." And that's the thing, isn't it? He whoever. And this particular move by Marvel Comics is apparently challenging that, updating it as it were. So now we have a woman who possesses the power of Thor. If you really think about it, Thor, in some respects, is similar to Green Lantern, because just like the Green Lantern, the ring is what makes the hero. It's not necessarily that Hal Jordan has to be the Green Lantern, or it has to be John Stewart, or it has to be, I don't know, Toma Ray or Mogo. These are all random comic book characters. I'm sorry if you don't know who they are. Google it. Anybody can be a Green Lantern if they are worthy, if they have the power to overcome great fear, if they have strong enough willpower, they could be a Green Lantern. I could be a Green Lantern, I think. And just like that, anybody who is worthy of the hammer of Thor can wield the power of Thor. So isn't it interesting that instead of Captain America or the Hulk or Superman, this did happen, it turns out that a lady is worthy of the power of Thor. I think it's really interesting, and I think it's gonna be quite cool to see how the lady gets the power of Thor. It would have to mean that the current wielder of the power is gonna have to do something so bad that he is no longer worthy of the power. And I think that is something that is very in tune with the kind of shit that Marvel usually pulls in comic books. Another question you might ask is, why feminize Thor? Why do this? Why not just create a new character? For that I say, do you realize that over 60% of the characters that you like were created in the 50s, 60s, and 70s? They have been around forever. New characters taking off in mainstream comics is really hard to do. The last person whom I've seen who is a new character who's doing well in her new comic is the new Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan. And even she is using a name that used to belong to someone else. Creating new characters is not easy. It is not easy to create something original and have it catch on. It is not easy to build up the fan base, to tell consistent stories, to build up a world. It ain't. You might not like the sound of it, but it is what it is. So I wouldn't exactly fault them for not creating a new character. In fact, I think, in a way, if they make Thor into a woman, it would have more impact because it shows that they are not afraid to make one of their big three characters into a lady and to have female representation at the top tier of Marvel heroes. Because when you look at Marvel heroes, there are few that are as powerful as Thor. And if Thor becomes a woman, or if a woman becomes Thor, whatever the case may be, it would just be a pretty big step for women in comics, to be honest. And I choose to see that as a positive. There's one thing that I'm not really feeling, and that is the boob armor that she has on. I thought that they would go for something a bit more classy, but I don't know. All I know is that I'm really surprised by this bold move. I want to see where it goes. I'm definitely curious. And it's also interesting to note that a lot of people who don't necessarily care about comics in their everyday lives are suddenly paying attention to Thor. And that's what I think about Thor being a woman. I hope you guys liked my video, and I'll be making more videos as time goes on. I've been a bit of a lazy asshole recently, but that's gonna change. If you're worried about Thor being a woman changing things, just remember, until pretty recently, Loki was a woman, and he was a man in a woman's body. So, yeah. Thanks for watching my videos. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.